Hi, you guys. It is Thursday, May 19th, 2016. My name is Doris, and this is the Knit and Pearl Podcast, episode 95. Back to real life. In social media, I am One Fine Cow on Ravelry and Twitter. I am One Fine Design on Facebook and Etsy. And I am Doris M. Smith, all smooshed together in lowercase, on Instagram. There are links in the show notes which can be found at knitandpearl.net. There will be a link down below to the show notes. This podcast has a Ravelry group, which is the Knit and Pearl Podcast group. There are no new members this week, and there are no birthdays unless you celebrate a birthday and you don't share. And if that's the case, then happy birthday. I need cake. All of that said brings us to the other administration alongs and such. This group has a April-May market bag, KALCAL, which is knit along, crochet along. The rules are that you must be a member of the group to qualify for prizes. It began on April 15th and it will end May 31st. You can have as many entries as items completed and posted by May 31st. Can be as small as the toddler's market bag. Chatter is welcome and encouraged on the thread, and a prize will be a set of stitch markers from my shop. And that is that. We're a little less than half a month left, so let's get those market bags posted. I see that somebody has completed her market bag and hasn't put it in the thread yet. So let's get her done. Get it posted so you can win something. Or just to participate, you know. So we also have the knitting baby hats for Heitai. It is our first charity knit along, or knitting baby hats for Heitai. It can be any pattern. It could also be a baby hat that you have in stash that's, in your gift box or whatever. Post it for the opportunity to win a prize. Remember to use Easy Care yarn. Post a picture in the thread for a chance to win. You will be sending the hats to the address in the thread on Ravelry. And please make sure that you note that it came from the Knit and Pearl Podcast group. Thank you so much, and I will let you know the prize. Stay tuned for what the prize will be in this episode later on. I will announce what the prize will be for this knit along. So the story of the week and stash enhancement. The stash I got was that a fellow podcaster sent me a sock pattern for my birthday. I'm going to try to bring it up. It's pretty simple. It's the first pattern, so. It's cute. And it's a toe up pattern. Oh, what happened? Here it is. It's the Fine and Dandy sock. So it's a toe up pattern, so I've been hankering to get a pair of socks on, so I have a pattern. And I was worried that it wouldn't be good with like a variegated or striped yarn, but there's pictures. So thank you, fellow podcaster. You know who you are. I'm not going to mention her name because I didn't get permission. So that's all the stash. And there's also a link in the show notes to that pattern. So the story of the week is that we had a wedding on Saturday. Ted's youngest son got married, and It was very wonderful. The girls in the wedding party, including the bride, came to our house on Saturday morning and had their hair and makeup done in preparation for, picture taking and everything. It was wonderful. And if you follow me on Instagram, you went along with me on that because there's pictures on Instagram of different times during the wedding. And this week is all about getting back to real life. After, the vacation in Colorado and then a 4-day week and the wedding, and now it's back to normal. And I said, bah, humbug. So that brings us to the Health Pearl this week. And the Health Pearl is the top 10 healthiest foods on earth. And I'm just going to pull it up on my iPad. 10 healthiest foods on earth. There's a link in the show notes to this thread. And I'm just going to kind of go through and give you a synopsis. Spinach, and it's like the 10 healthiest foods and how to eat them. Spinach is a superfood. It is available fresh or frozen or even canned. It provides, packed with energy and low in calories. It provides vitamin A, vitamin K, and essential folate. A hint for eating it is to saute it with onion and add it to an omelet for an easy, healthy snack. That sounds good to me. Black beans. They have a healthy antioxidants. They are slow to digest, which keeps you feeling fuller longer. They are full of calcium, protein, and fiber, and they taste great. The eating tips are like, think Mexican food, burritos, nachos, tacos, whatever tickles your fancy. The number 3 is walnuts. Again, they have more antioxidants than other nuts. They're brimming with vitamin E and rich in plant serum, omega-3 oils, and healthy fats. And the tip is to keep a supply in your bag for an on-the-go healthy snack. Number 4 is beets. Also is good for the brain and skilled at lowering blood pressure. It says that it's often overlooked as one of the healthiest foods on earth. The bright colored root is filled with folate and magnesium and vitamin C. The suggested eating is to grate them into a salad for a sweet, crunchy boost. So number 5 is an avocado. Eating just 1 or 2 avocados a week gives you all the benefits of the healthy monounsaturated fats, vitamin B6, and loaded with loads of folate. And it says to check your local grocery for when they're in season for you. And eating tips are on toast with salt and pepper, or a slice of cheese if you are so inclined. Number 6 is dark chocolate. It says that this chocolate contains more antioxidants gram for gram than most vegetables. It protects your body from diseases and helps prevent heart condition, but it also is a natural mood booster. It says to eat it in moderation, just 1 or 2 squares per day is enough to reap the benefits. Raspberries is number 7. Like most berries, it's full of antioxidants to help keep the body healthy and free of disease. Fresh or frozen, they provide vitamin C, calcium, and iron. And the eating tip is to sprinkle on yogurt or porridge in the morning to start your day in sweet and delicious way. Garlic is number 8. It says that it has been used to ward off disease for centuries. It inhibits the growth of bacteria, lowers cholesterol and blood pressure, and has some serious anti-inflammatory powers. And the eating tip is to crush it and cook it. Garlic tastes great in everything from dressings to sauces to curry and soups. So it's good anti-inflammatory. Number 9 is lemon. It's supposed to have more vitamin C than oranges, or just as much. Strong anti-inflammatory, and it inhibits the growth. It can inhibit the growth of cancer cells. So add a slice of lemon to your tea or water bottle to get healthy and hydrated at the same time. And finally, number 10 is lentils, which is high in fiber and protein and adds great taste and texture to the food. And vegans and vegetarians are often a fan of using lentils as a meat substitute in traditional recipes. So eating tips are to add to salads, soups, and stews for some extra oomph. So that is Health Pearl, the 10 healthiest foods on earth and how to eat them. So now, after 11 minutes, which isn't bad, we're going into the knitting. I have a drink of my tea. I have 3 finished objects. We'll start with the 2 small items, which is baby hats for Heitai. I got 2 done. I finished this one Sunday. And I started this one Monday night because I was going to the dentist on Tuesday and I needed something to knit on. So I finished this Wednesday evening. So this is the Gazaleg, the Klon Koozie hat, which is a free pattern on Ravelry by Judy Kristen. The yarn I used is some leftover Patton's Beehive Baby Chunky and Quicker Clover, and I think this is Blue Marl. I'm lost myself. It's 100% acrylic. I used my Clover double points, US 8. 2 hats. Baby hats for Heitai. Don't forget, a little bit lower down, we'll announce the prize for the baby hats. And I finished the gratitude shawl. Finished it Saturday. The gratitude is a paid-for pattern on Ravelry by Deborah Frank. It's lovely. That's just half of it. The needles I used were US 8 5mm Addi Turbos. The yarn is a combination of leftover sock yarn. This is from Daisy Knits, and the color is Songbird, and the brownie is leftover yarn from Lady Mem Fiber Arts. I don't know the base, but it is Bahama Mama, and it turned out lovely. It's been washed and blocked and weaved in and is huge, and it fits like a shawl, like I like to wear it. Goes down over your arms, goes down towards the back. It turned out lovely, and I think I will be making another one. It's a great, when you've got, for me, I only knit like shorty socks because my legs don't go for tall socks. So I always have a lot of leftover yarn. So yeah, I will knit this again. It's a simple pattern. What do they call it? Potato chip knitting, TV knitting. Very simple and easy to follow. And I think it's just beautiful. I'm happy with it. Not my favorite colors, but very nice. So that is my finished objects. So my works in progress. I didn't work on the mitered wrap. I included all these in the show notes, so if you're interested, you can look at them, but I did nothing on my mitered wrap, so I'm not going to show it. I did nothing on the rainbow pocket market bag. I did do some work on the fly. Market bag I'm working on. The pattern, it's no pattern, it's just making it up as I go along. That's why I'm calling it the On the Fly market bag. Did I even say what the in my fat squirrel bag? If you've been with me a while, you know I was very excited to get this. Hard to get bags. I'm using the yarn is Barocco or Barnett Handcrafters Cotton, and the color is Potpourri Ombre. I'm using a H hook, which is a US 8 5mm boy. I started on the 24th of April. Here's where I was last week. So I did, I don't know, 5 or 6 rounds. I'm just making it up as I go along. I told you last week I chained 36, but I actually chained 46. I did 2, I'm going to bring it closer. I did 2 rounds. Oh Lord, this is so hard. I did 2 rounds of single crochet, adding 2 to 3 extra stitches here to make it flare out and be a flat surface. And then at this level, and then I did 2 rows or 2 rounds of single crochet, and I did 3 rounds of half double crochet. And at this level, I crocheted in the front loop to make it to where it was sitting, has a flat surface. And I did a couple more rounds of half double crochet, and then I started double crochet with 1 double crochet, skip 1 right there, skip 1, do a chain, and then double crochet in the next, and on. And I'm just going around and round until I get at the height I want, and then I will probably do half double crochets and single crochets and make a handle and call it done for the market bag along. So the next thing I've been working on, I cast on yesterday. Ooh, put it in the bag, Doris. Distractions. Trying to not think ahead, but I'm thinking ahead about exciting things. And in a Ziploc bag. Sorry, Deb. No, sorry, Sheila. This is for Debbie. It's in a Ziploc bag. This is actually a Ziploc bag that the yarn was in, which I don't know the name of. Anyway, I started a barley hat, which is a free pattern on Ravelry by Tin Can Knits. My needles are, it calls for US 6s, which is the 4 millimeter, and US H, which is the 5 millimeter, 16-inch circulars. The yarn, I don't know. I'm sorry, I don't have the tag, but it's this stuff. I don't know. Another baby hat for the hats for Heitai. I'm in the mode. I'm also using my stitch markers. These are actually stitch markers that didn't make the cut, but they were still good to use. They were just a little off. Can you see it? There's one. And there's one. They work very good and they keep their shape. I'm pleased with them. So that's the Barley hat. So I'm ready to do the decreases and then be done. That's that. The final work in progress, which I have been working on, is in my bag from Thank God for Bags. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. It's a birdhouse bird, and it's pink, and I love it. It's a wonderful bag that has a pretty flower zipper pull or progress keeper. I have this yarn and a new project, which is the Fireplace Embers. It's a what do you call it? It's asymmetrical shawl. It is a paid-for pattern on Ravelry by Debbie Hostos, who is from the Never Cast Off podcast, and she's Deb's Destiny on Ravelry. I got this pattern free. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. So pretty. Isn't it pretty? And it's a neat pattern because you just want to keep knitting and getting to the next section and see how it turns out. Anyway, let me tell you about the yarn is, I told you I got this yarn because I knew I had a pattern coming. Ooh, we got a mess here. Anyway, this yarn is Malabrigo Machata. It is a single ply and it's gorgeous. The needles is in US 8, which is a 5 millimeter Addi Turbo, 40-inch circular. I received the pattern for free. And I also received another pattern for a giveaway. So, I will open a thread tonight, and the giveaway will go for 2 weeks. It's for a chance to win. We'll go for 2 weeks. I'm sorry, I'm lost. Also, there's a coupon code for 30% off her patterns, and the code is capital K, capital A, capital P, 30. There's also a knit along for this pattern in the Never Cast Off podcast group, link in the show notes, which ends on June 30th. So, like I said, I'll post a thread tonight. There's a link in the show notes to the pattern so you can look at it. The prompt is going to be, if you had the pattern, what yarn would you use? That will be it. What yarn would you use? What color, what yarn would you use? This pattern, Deb put in her, at the end of the pattern, that a portion of every sale goes towards helping families in her church who choose to have foster children. This helps them to adjust from the stressful changes they are going through. So thank you for helping this local ministry. So you can go over, you can use your coupon code, get the pattern, gift the pattern, so that we can help with this charity for foster children and families who are taking foster children. So, which is a great cause. So please go over and look at the pattern, post in the thread for a chance to win it. Click on the link and join the Never Cast Off podcast group and be a part of the knit along. I'm telling you, it is a very, very fun and so far simple pattern. And it makes you want to just keep knitting to see what's going to be next and how it turns out. So I recommend it. And let me put this back. That's all of my works in progress. Knit-wise, I do have some spinning. I finished the first 2 ounces of this, and this is a braid of Spunky Eclectics. It's a club colorway from June 2013. It's 100% Targhee. The color is Vulpes. This is actually from our donation stash, and I decided when I was getting really low on my fiber stash and I wanted to spin, I pulled this out. Beautiful colors. The story of this, and I'm sorry, I forgot that I lost the tag, but the story about this colorway is that they had a fox that would come up into their backyard, and so she got the inspiration from the foxes to make this colorway. So this is going to be the prize. I'm planning on getting this done before June 15th. And this will be the prize for the knitting hats for babies. Baby hats for Heitai. Knit along. So please knit a hat, get a hat, put it in the thread, send it to the address for a chance to win. But I hope to be some really nice hand-spun yarn. Thank you. So, Pinterest and Stumble. To get to it. Pinterest is just a quote that I thought was really nice. Go back. Okay. I found a couple little ones. And this is by Stephen King. You can, you should, and if you're brave enough to start, you will. And I saw this one this morning. All you need is love. Isn't that cool? I thought that was cool. So, and the Stumble is also cool. if you haven't checked out Stumble Upon, it is a really cool app that you can put your interest in, things that you would like to know more about or you're interested in. And that's how you make your profile, and then you just stumble. You just keep going. You can just keep going website to website to. It's really cool. Anyway, my stumble this week is from Knitting Brain, Knitting with Logic and Artistry, and it is a fun knitting personality test. I took it and I am a contented knitter. So what kind of knitter are you? There is a link in the show notes to this knitting personality test. Just for fun. Go take the test. See what you do. Also, there's a link to my Etsy store. Please go over, give me some love. Buy a beautiful stitch markers, a set of stitch markers if you want, if you need a new stitch marker. Don't look too close because this is a reject. It's in my stash now. That's just one. Here's another. And like I said, they hold their shape very well. So, also, I've been noticing some fluctuation in viewing, and I know that I have not been viewing all of mine either. Life is getting busy. But if you would, please, in this episode thread in Ravelry or in down bar below, please tell me where you watch. Because there's several different places where you can watch. You can watch it on the show notes. You can watch it on YouTube. You can watch it at Podbean, and you can watch it at iTunes. And you can also, I also embed it in the blog. So please let me know, where do you watch? And I would thank you so much. So, also, if you have a new product or something you want to promote, please message me in all of the places, Ravelry, Facebook, and let me know, and we can get together and help each other out. So anyway, I'll see you next week. Thank you for coming. Bye.